never get a chance to say anything.
No, go ahead. What do you want to say?
The thing that I think is funny. First, wait a second. Time out. Give it a cut for a second. Oh, okay. I was just making sure. Just making sure. All right. As I was saying before, you know, you say one thing, we say another thing. Everybody says this. Everybody says that. And wrong. Who cares? You know, I mean, if you don't like Scientology, don't do Scientology. I don't care. I don't care if you never get in. That's up to you.
The difference is, what you're saying is true when they were across the street there with their sign and we were here. Yeah. But if you're blocking us from saying what we're saying,
yeah, but
that's not what we're doing. We're not stopping you from having your ceremony.
But when you look at it this way, when you're doing this stuff, you're technically blocking the theory of this whole thing, which is a nice celebration, which I happen to be very much behind. You know, I'm not saying that I'm not a Scientologist. I definitely am, and I'm definitely in agreement with Scientology. I'm definitely in agreement with the theme of this party, and I just think it's basically bad manners. But you know, I mean, it's not like you don't have rights. It's bad manners. That's all I'm saying. So, are you?
I'm obnoxious.
I'll tell you something.
All right. You're a bitch. You're welcome. You look like one.
Seniors.
All right. Why is it uncalled for?
Okay.
She called me obnoxious.
He's calling me. Hold this sign.
It is uncalled for. Really uncalled for. Yeah. I apologize. Look.
What you said back was absolutely rude.
It doesn't make it any better when you do it.
It certainly doesn't, and not only that, it's an absolutely rude, and it's not a socially accepted
excuse
thing.
me. Scientologists are known for their rudeness.
Oh, they are?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, well, you were a great example right there,
thank
pal.
you so much. I appreciate your support.
He called her a name.
Okay, we'll find out from him what the hell went on. You're the expert on doing right there.
And I just think...
Do you think calling her a bitch was obnoxious and rude?
I apologize to her, but of course she's not going to accept it.
That guy is not apologizing. He's just making a show of it, and you know it.
I'm sorry. No, what happened? Huh? What happened? She called me obnoxious. She said she knew who I was obnoxious, and I said, well, you're a bitch. Well,
yeah, what about that?
So this guy who's with Scientology is making a big sting out of it.
Yes, I am with Scientology.
And so I just,
excuse
me, I apologized to her. She said, okay, so you're out of the picture. Mind your own fucking business.
Oh. Yes, Mr. Class.
Oh, excuse me, David Miscavige has bigger vocabulary than I do.
You got it.
You laugh at me, you're laughing at Miscavige.
This guy is all right. This guy is all right. These other guys I had dinner with are all right. You got no class, pal.
I have no class?
You have no class.
How come you're fidgeting so much? Notice that this man's fidgeting. His eyes are just fidgeting away.
Do you notice that? Come on, be honest. Do you notice that?
Well, I wasn't seeing your eyes fidgeting. Why are you shaking? I wasn't looking.
What? Look at that. I mean...
Every Scientologist that tries to confront me is always fidgeting. They're always shaking. Why?
Is that a fact? I don't know. Jeez. Let me think. Let me think about that one.
Hey, if I'm nothing, then why are you here?
Here's what I'm telling you. First of all, as far as confronting, when you say confronting, I'm not confronting you.
You're not?
No.
What are you doing here then?
I happen to be here at the church. You guys are happen to be here picketing.
That's right.
These guys are being cool. These guys, this guy's all right, this guy's being all right, the other guys are being all right. You start mouthing off.
Excuse me. She mouthed off first, I returned it. My words may have not been right, and I apologize to her. But she called me obnoxious, she started it. So don't give me your shit. Well, that's the way that I talk.
Forget it.
Yeah, go away, because you stink. Hello. And why is she filming me so much? Am I so photogenic? Well, you know.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how much. When we have a
Jerry Armstrong. Hey, come here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What's happening?
We're talking about this particular guy, and he's lauding the guy.
No, I'm not lauding him. No.
Oh, come on.
He's making a big deal out of the fact that the Church of Scientology paid $800,000 to Jerry Armstrong, and he's made a joke about Jerry Armstrong's, evidently his character, and he's laughing about it. So why don't you explain?
No.
Then explain why did you pull Mark over here?
Here's why I pulled Mark over here.
Okay.
Because Garry?
Garry.
Is saying one thing. I said something else about it, and then he came, and it appeared to be a reverse of his first point.
No, what was it
and
that
I said, well, wait a minute.
Explain.
What you were talking about Jerry Armstrong, and I said, have you ever talked to that?
Yes, I've met Jerry Armstrong.
And I asked, so are you in agreement with this guy's stuff, what he's done and said? And you said no.
And I said no. There are things that I'm not in agreement with Jerry Armstrong.
But in the beginning, you referred to him as one of the primary arguments for a point you were making, and you don't even agree with the guy.
No, excuse me. The argument that I was making is if Scientology has absolutely nothing to hide, why are they paying out hundreds of thousands of dollars to critics that oppose it? Jerry Armstrong received $800,000 from the Church of Scientology to zip. Now, if they have nothing to hide, then why are they paying money out? That is my premise. Now, I may not agree with Jerry Armstrong, but the fact is, your church still paid out $800,000, and I bet you haven't even come up with half of that amount to pay for courses here in the church.
And from what you have told me, you don't make that much anyway, so it would probably
what's it got to do with the settlement that went to Jerry Armstrong?
It's all relative.
How's it relative?
All relative.
How's it relative?
It's relative in the amounts of sizes of different things. I mean, as far as you're saying...
Do you get this? Do you get this, Mark? I don't understand the relativity of someone's legal agreement versus the fact that I don't make as much money as whatever settlement was made to Jerry Armstrong.
Yo, Mark, over here. Sorry. Anyway, no, what this guy was, what he was squawking up, I'm sorry.
You're going to interpret what I said, which is standard tech, but go ahead. Go ahead and tell Mark what you feel that I am saying.
Oh, first of all, you were squawking about the fact that Jerry Armstrong got paid some money.
I wasn't squawking, I just said that's a fact. He was paid $800,000.
Well, wait a minute. But you appeared to be upset by it.
No, I'm not upset by it.
That's what he... Wait a minute.
Make your final point, sum up.
Okay. In summation. This guy's full of baloney.
Any kind of data that it's helped anybody as far as okay, if you lock somebody up and keep them away from drugs for 30 days, then they're going to be off drugs. But is there any other evidence for the treatment?
You and your T-shirt and you guys over there missing. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't invited to the affair.
Well, gee, I wonder why.
I would put on a tux if you'd let me come.
I wonder why. What, the rental place was out of the light blue ones?
You should invite me in and let me cover the event for you.
You know why I wouldn't invite you in? Because I personally don't care for you.
What? You don't even know me.
And the part I do know, I don't like.
Now talk to JR. He likes me. We had dinner together.
How much does he like you? In what way does he like you?
JR. JR.
You want to hear my story? You want to hear how I got?
Do you like me?
I got here today?
Yes.
I was working.
See, he likes me.
Is that Wayne Newton?
Hi, Wayne.
Mark, software works.
Over here,
right?
You said
I worked at this
likes
company.
me.
That's not
I
true.
was not a Scientologist. I knew very little about it. Very little about it.
I don't agree with it.
My position at that point was it's like one of those self-help things. That was all I knew about it. It's one of those self-help things.
I like watching all the dress coming in here.
I lost this guy for a while.
But I don't think he was looking at the woman.
This guy, you know what this guy needs? He needs one of those swivel. You need one of those exorcist heads. Anyway, and you know what? I don't mean it like that. You know.
I saw that happen.
Anyway,
we all acknowledge that you're
asexual.
Okay, so
That's happened to everybody.
Okay, so first of all,
That's true. Right there. That's what started to make me think, wow, there's something not nice going on here.
Okay.
And that was a lot of people. That wasn't just one person.
However,
we're on to something else at this point. We're on to Dallas. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you have a. Ever read your history?
She's interested in this. Oh, just JFK?
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm just trying to think. Okay. This is my better side. So. You're going to get both sides of this thing. There. Thank you.
Diverting attention away from what exactly we're here for.
I was just wondering how Scientology is a threat to democracy.
That's what these guys.
There could be other people that would feel that better than I
He's
could.
one of our spies. Ask him.
I mean, I'm sincerely just wondering, you know, how that works.
Who wants to handle this one?
Do I? Oh,
Do you
wow.
want to? Gary, do you want to?
No, not Gary.
Why is it a threat to
please.
democracy?
I mean, I'm sincerely.
Well, I'm not carrying the sign. I think the person carrying the sign should explain.
I agree. You do it.
Well, I guess because one thing about democracy is free speech, right? And we are here exercising our right to free speech. We're being, you know, blocked and covered up, which we don't, you know, we don't think that's cool.
What you're saying then is that we don't have a right to free speech either if we do
that.
that.
We definitely do, but you know, we could stand on this corner and you guys could stand on that corner, and we'd both be happy.
But what if we?
How is Scientology? That's what we want to know. What does it mean in the first place that brings you here to the corner?
Well, I mean, we could sit here for hours and go on about that.
Give me a few things, though. I want to
Well,
hear.
we don't like the illegal activities. There are some illegal activities that have gone on. We, you know, some deaths that have been reported, and you know, stuff like that.
They kill people?
All that.
They kill
Do we know people?
No.
Personally?
Do they kill people?
Well, people have died. Whether they like pulled a gun at them and shot them, that's a different story. But people have died.
Wait. When you say that's a different story, let me. As long as we're on this one, Mark over here.
No. Well, I was going to, you know, besides bringing up Lisa McPherson again, which.
All right, we're going to bring up Lisa
How
McPherson.
about Quentin Hubbard, who committed suicide at the age of 21 because
Younger than I am.
because he was homosexual, and the church and his father were so adamant against homosexuality that he tried several times to commit suicide and finally succeeded.
You mean L. Ron's son?
L. Ron's son, Quentin, right. And
ask you something.
if L. Ron Hubbard had the perfect tech to have the perfect family life and
definitely not the best
perfect way to
situation
deal
to
with
talk
children,
about.
how could that happen?
I
The
know.
source
Every time
himself.
I try and say something.
Well, I mean, for that matter, you go pick at the Christian church or the Catholic church or any one of their number.
They don't say they have the perfect tech. Follow this
Yeah,
tech
they
and
do.
you'll have the perfect.
The
Now
Catholic
wait,
Church says that
hey,
they-
Mark, yo, over here.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Come on, over here.
Come on,
They say
source
it's the only
himself.
road to salvation.
All right, so Gary.
Thank you.
Very
Mark.
often, children don't always, you know, get the message from their parents, and things
Don't
get,
interrupt her. That's rude.
Things get.
Yeah, you should talk.
Mr. Kellogg, he had children, and I think one of them was really off the beam. It wasn't his child. He adopted the child. You can't always predict what your child's going to do. But aside from that, I don't know that story. But all I know is that I've been to a couple of their things, and they have stopped people from, psychiatrists from killing. The Citizens Commission on Human Rights, which is a branch of Scientology, has stopped psychiatrists from doing some horrible things to people, getting them on drugs, seducing and raping women and men, all kinds of things that these people have spent lots of time and money to stop. Organized, government-backed stuff. That's why we're here to support them, because I know right now the Psychological Association, and even Dr. Laura, whether you like her or not on KFI, she has brought to light that the American Psychological Association is saying that pedophilia is normal. If it didn't hurt, if the person said it didn't hurt them.
Well,
So, you know, these
I'm not going to
people-
condone what those people say, what the American Psychiatric Association says, but I'm not going to condone what you guys say either, because
Us guys, we're not even Scientologists.
Okay, you're not
We're open.
Scientologists.
We're open to everything.
Okay,
just
fine.
We're just
true.
citizen activists. and we
There have
try
been,
to
you know,
work.
specific cases where, you know, modern medicine could have helped somebody from dying, and because of the Scientologist
Modern medicine
belief.
kills
100
80,000 people a year. There was an article in the LA
For
Times.
example, let's say that
That's conservative.
let's say that you were pregnant with a baby and you knew the baby was going to be free. Would you have the baby at home, or would you have the baby in a hospital?
And so it depends
I'd
on
have a
who
midwife and have it at home myself.
Well, let me ask you that then. Do you think that it would be right to have a breech baby at home? I mean,
It depends on who your midwife is and what the situation is. You have to
Well,
know
why?
what you're doing.
Well, no. Well, okay. Well, anyways, it is illegal in the state of California to have a breech
It's
baby at
illegal
home.
because the medical
can you make it
institution and
illegal
the
if the
drug
baby's turned
industry
around?
is dominating our
Because
whole culture.
it's you know, it's a situation that if you have a cesarean section, you can. What's up with this?
That shows maturity.
I don't think
That shows maturity.
What are you looking at me for? I ain't doing anything.
I know, but
That shows
Well,
maturity.
you know what? I had my baby in a hospital before you better.
you
If I
did
were
the
having a
same
baby
type of
today, I'd
thing
have
even if it was
at home.
breech. No,
You know,
I'm asking you a
I
specific
would
question.
go. I would probably go
Midwives
to.
handle
the picket. You're doing that. You're really pushing it aggressively.
Let me ask you this.
Well, here we go again. We're going to swim away from the issue.
No, no, no. We're not going to swim away from anything. Have I prevented you from doing anything?
No.
Well?
No, but you're going
now
on.
Look at, is he doing this again to me, or is he not?
If you notice, there's an awful lot of distraction.
Did I give a valid answer or not?
No, no, because Scientologists, when they disrupt any type of picket, they always try to swim away from the issue, pull people away and discuss something that's not relevant to the picket. And of course, they put on this show that they think it's funny.
No, no, no.
Don't pay your touching me. That's assault.
All right,
don't touch me.
Gary, take it easy.
Don't touch me. If they don't want me touching them, don't touch me. If you touch me, I'm going to lick a camera.
All right. Will you stop
Not
with
the
the camera
lick.
licking?
I have a great tongue.
No,
I have a great tongue.
well, the guys will have to know about that.
I do. Well, Mike Grinder knows about it.
All right, fine.
Stop that.
I like it.